Yeah, if I needed instructions though, I'd ask for them. I actually came here to give instructions, not to take them, so. All right, appreciate it. Yeah. I don't need your instructions. Good.
I'm Assistant Chief Perkins. What can I do for you?
Assistant Chief Perkins.
Yes, sir. What can I do for you?
Good to meet you, sir. I'm James.
James?
Yeah.
Oh, how you doing?
Doing all right, man.
That's good. How you doing? You making a video?
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah. All right. So I just had some papers I wanted to deliver to you.
Some paper?
Yeah, on a policy change. Okay, so it's going to be a policy change for Desoto Police Department. So as you can see right there, it's Wednesday, July 25th, 2018. This is a memo to Desoto Police Department on a policy change effective immediately. Officers can no longer pull guns on journalists. And then I just need you to sign the receipt of.
Oh no, we do policy. We have a policy how we change our policy.
Oh, okay. So you guys are still going to be pulling guns on journalists, or? Hey guys, what's up? It's James Freeman out here at Desoto Police Department on July 25th, 2018. Desoto Police is the department where an officer pulled a gun on a photographer a few months ago for following him around a parking lot with a camera. I have come here today to deliver a policy change for the department. On this day, Wednesday, July 25th, 2018, this is a memo to Desoto Police Department on a policy change. Effective immediately, officers can no longer pull guns on journalists. Look guys, it's not lost on me how ridiculous this attempted policy change really is. But this really isn't that far off from how new policies and city ordinances are actually created. Some silly individual with no understanding of law or the Constitution whatsoever puts some scribbles down on some papers, gets enough people to agree with them, bam, new policy. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and just deliver this memo on the policy change to Desoto Police Department. Probably do an audit while I'm here, just film around the area and then go deliver the memo. Let's go check out this back gate real quick. Got the jail lobby over here. Please ring. Oh, they let me in. Phone cards.
Can I help you?
Just doing a video of the area.
Okay, cool.
Thank you. Appreciate it. So these are the phone cards, so you can call people in the jail. Hey, I'm sorry. I know you just asked if you could help me. I was curious though, how many cells do you guys have in the jail here?
Talking about male cells, female cells?
I guess both.
We can hold up to 55.
What's that?
We can hold 55.
55 cells in here?
Hold up to 50.
What's that?
We can hold up to 55 inmates.
Oh, okay. That's quite a bit. It's a fairly small city, isn't it?
Anything else I can help you with? Or
No. I was just curious about,
see me good enough?
What's that?
Able to see me good enough?
No, I can't. It's pretty tinted. I'm trying to... I think I see you. You right in front of the camera?
No.
All right, got you.
Okay, great.
Got you.
Great.
Yeah, I was just curious how many cells you had. I've seen some of the smaller municipalities that only have like 2 or 3, so 55 people. Sounds good.
Thank you.
All right, appreciate you guys.
Thank you.
There's a lot of cops that came in there just now. Police administration. How are you? All right, so we got restricted access here. You're fine, I won't record you. You don't work here, do you? Then I won't record you. I'm good, thanks. For now. In a few minutes, I'll need the chief or assistant chief or whoever the highest ranking officer is that I can get.
Surely we have to have some kind of, because I understood you were downstairs taking, recording down there near the jail.
Yeah.
So why are you doing it up here?
Oh, I just record all government facilities.
I don't think we need to do that right now. I think unless you have permission with someone.
Oh, no, I don't need permission. I got it from the First Amendment of the Constitution. You familiar with it?
Okay, well, I think I better call it one of the.
Okay, yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
Thank you, ma'am. Hey, how you doing? Can I just get an open records request form, please? Thank you, I appreciate it. Hey.
Are you going into?
Oh, I don't think I do. I was looking for some type of supervisor. I don't mean to. It's okay. I don't mean to interrupt your conversation.
Do you need supervisor?
Oh, yeah.
What's it for?
I just wanted to. I had some papers to give him.
Okay.
I think this might. I think they may have already called.
Yeah.
Would this be the man?
Well, he's.
How can I help you, buddy?
How you doing?
All right.
Good. What's your name?
Officer Evans.
Officer
Evans?
Evans. Are you the watch commander at the moment?
No, I'm over the jail.
Okay. Could I get someone that a watch commander maybe?
I don't know if they have one here available.
Okay. Is the chief here today?
No, sir, he's gone.
Assistant chief?
I don't think he's here either. I was looking for him earlier. He's not here.
Okay. Yeah, I'd appreciate if I could just get the highest ranking
Yeah, I'm sorry.
person,
Can you-
the highest
can you-
ranking person available.
Can you tell him
Yeah.
so he can pass it along while you're here?
Oh, I need to deliver some paperwork.
What type of paperwork?
Well, that's
Do
I
you
need.
have a report
I need to-
turn in? Do you want to file a complaint?
That's what I'll discuss with the highest ranking officer, preferably the chief, but I usually can't get a hold of the
Yeah, he's
chief.
usually
So,
busy
Yeah,
running
he's-
around.
so that's actually private business that I will discuss with them.
Okay. Well, he may
I mean,
be
if
the
it's
highest ranking person
if
you
it's
can
a
find.
lieutenant,
I'm the commander
there's
of the jail. I mean,
there's no lieutenant or anything, or
I'm not sure. They're all out
or a
running
sergeant
He
even, or
technically has this, the title commander.
commander over all the police.
around. Over the jail.
Okay. Yeah, I kind of need a commander that's over the police out in the field.
Okay. Can I tell him what it's for so I can give him a heads up?
I just need to give him some paperwork and I'll be on my way.
Okay. So you can't give it to me to give to him?
I just, I was told to give it to someone who's over that it
I'm
needs
going
to
to
be.
give him my card showing you gave it to me. I'm like I said, I'm the commander of the jail.
Right, but the paperwork isn't specified towards the people working in the jail, it's specified towards the officers out on the street.
If you want to have a seat, I'll try to find some.
Cool, I appreciate it. Yeah, I mean,
If y'all you been helping?
well, while I can, I won't because I have respect for them.
Okay.
But I can, but I won't out of respect for them. Yeah, I know what I'm doing. I don't really need your. So, if the best I can get is a beat officer, that's fine. At the moment, it just needs to be someone who has something to do with police out on the streets rather than here in the jail. So. Yeah, if I needed instructions, though, I'd ask for them. I actually came here to give instructions, not to take them, so. All right, appreciate it. Yeah. I don't need your instructions.
Want to talk to the supervisor?
Yeah, how you doing?
Pretty good.
Good.
I'm Assistant Chief Perkins. What can I do for
Assistant Chief Parkins.
Yes, sir. What can I do for
Good to
you?
meet you, sir. I'm James.
James?
Yeah.
Oh, how you doing?
Doing all right, man.
Good. How you doing? You making a video?
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah, I don't want to get any of these people in the background, though.
We can turn over this way, whatever.
Okay, yeah. You want to do that? That way?
I'll just switch sides with you.
All right. We'll go over here. All right. So I just had some papers I wanted to deliver to you.
Some paper.
Yeah, there's on a policy change.
Whose policy change is it?
Well, it's going to be here.
You said get my glasses out so I can see them.
Yeah. So it's going to be a policy change for. Sorry, I'm trying to work the camera and open this up.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so it's going to be a policy change for Desoto Police Department. So as you can see right there, it's Wednesday, July 25th, 2018. This is a memo to Desoto Police Department on a policy change effective immediately. Officers can no longer pull guns on journalists. And then I just need you to sign the receipt of.
Oh no, we do policy. We have a policy how we change our policy.
Oh, okay. So you
So-
guys are still going to be pulling guns on journalists, or?
We pull guns when we find there's a need to pull a gun. I mean, there's a situation. It can't say if you was an armed journalist or you was a threat to a police officer that. I mean, you can't make a blanket statement like that.
Well,
right?
there's a right to be armed as well.
And
So
are you a journalist?
I am a journalist.
Okay,
Yes.
you don't have nothing to identify you as a journalist.
I don't. Are you aware how the First Amendment works and the freedom
Okay,
of the
I mean, I'm
press?
saying that. But a journalist is somebody that works for a news organization to get
That's
messaging
not
out
true.
for the public.
That's not true.
Or you could be an individual if you got
Exactly.
a post now because
Exactly.
the internet changes.
Exactly.
Or you could be a school newspaper and be a journalist.
Right.
Putting out, so you're getting information put out to the public.
Right.
You're a journalist.
Right.
But I didn't know it. But how do I know that that's your purpose?
It's irrelevant.
You could be coming up here just because you want to film the police department because you're interested and you want to show your family. That's not a journalist.
Yes,
right?
it is. Sure, it is. If I'm going to disseminate that information
No, I'm
to
saying-
others, then
no,
I'm a
not saying
journalist.
if you're not. Say you come up here to film for your family, right?
Okay, well, my family. If I'm going to be sharing the information with somebody,
I mean,
including my
that's not-
family, that
that's
makes
not
me a
for public.
journalist.
That's for the public. You're sharing it with your family.
Okay.
I mean, I'm just saying that
even
but we don't set policy like this in the lobby with the
Okay.
journalists changing policy. That's something we have a process with our command staff. We go over our policies and we disseminate it against the others.
Okay, but you said also, what if the journalist is armed? But there's a First Amendment right to
No,
the freedom of the
if-
press. But
if-
wait, you're interrupting me. There's a First Amendment right to the freedom of the press. There's also a Second Amendment right to keep and bear arms. And so
No, I
a
mean-
journalist can also be
Well,
armed.
if he places an officer who feels threatened, then an officer, or anybody, it don't have to be a journalist, anybody that an officer feels for his
Just so you know,
safety.
I am unarmed. I don't want you to shoot me or anything. I'm totally the only thing I'm shooting is
Well,
video.
You're not give me no reason to feel
Okay.
that you're a threat. I'm saying
Okay.
if an officer feels that somebody does some threatening actions, then he might feel that he's justified in use of deadly force.
Okay.
You can't just say because a person, I could say like I've never would pull a weapon on a fireman, but that might not be true. You're saying that never on a journalist. What if that journalist decides that for some reason or other they're going to go around and shoot up somebody?
What if that
or attack
journalist?
somebody?
What if that journalist
You
is
don't
just?
put it on a journalist because they're a journalist. I would have no reason, like you being a journalist, just because you got a camera, feel you threatening because you show no signs of being threatening to me.
Okay.
So there would be no need for me to exhibit deadly force.
Okay.
So I'm saying is, but you not all. If you had a journalist, you might have a person that was a journalist for some other reason that lost their mental capabilities and got fired from the job. Also, want to go in and shoot up their workplace.
If they lost their mental capabilities,
Say
they
a
might.
journalist at a local newspaper or TV station got fired and police got called. He's a journalist, but he's going in a workplace violence. You're trying to say by that policy that an officer could never respond to deadly force to take care of the situation.
Well, if he became mentally incompetent
I'm saying, though.
and dangerous, then he would just apply at a police department and get a job, right?
No.
So-
You're being silly now.
So, well,
If
the
a journalist
reason.
came to your house that didn't agree with you, didn't like what you do, and came armed to your house and threatened you and your family, would you not want the police department to protect you and your family?
No, I would protect myself.
Okay,
and my
if you
family.
did,
Right.
okay, say you're gone and your family members that can't, you have a wife
Oh,
or
my
child
fam-
there.
yeah.
Okay, if they couldn't,
But they
not everybody can, right? But say it was another individual that wasn't trained or didn't have weapons in their home or don't believe in having weapons because that's their right too, and then they get threatened by a person that was a journalist, they would have a right to protect themselves or call the police department to protect them, right?
They'd have the right to protect themselves, sure. And
Okay,
if they think that,
but they can't do it, then they call the police department, right?
sure, and that's a big mistake people make, but yeah, they
I
can
know,
do
but I mean,
that.
so they call the police department out. Well, a mistake calling the police department out?
Oh yeah, definitely.
But not everybody can protect themselves because not everybody wants to be armed to have weapons. So that's kind of
right. And the police can't
that's
protect
kind of an
anybody.
idiotic statement.
And the
you
police
made an idiotic statement.
Thank you. The police can't actually protect anybody.
this is-
And I think
They can't protect you. Well, that's
no. You're there to come and
That's-
take a report and make sure that people are taken before a magistrate when they're
Not all
accused
the
of a crime. But
we do multiple tasks.
Right.
It's not all enforcement.
right. So when somebody
we go make death notifications. We go work accidents. We go deal with.
but when seconds count, cops are minutes away.
Right.
So
the public expects a lot of us.
right, and I
besides
think they should
enforcement.
stop expecting it. I think they should be fair
Well,
and
they-
stop expecting protection.
Well,
but either way,
somebody expects to be a parent. Well, we don't set policy in the lobby of the police department. There's a process that we go through to set policy.
Okay, so you guys
This is
will-
something you'd like for us to adopt, but
So you guys will still be
We
pulling-
have policy. We have policies. Well, we don't discriminate on one group and say you're going to use force or not use force on a different group. We have policies on when use of force is justified.
Okay.
Just because somebody belongs to a certain group doesn't mean it's justified or not justified.
Right.
I mean, you can't say you'd never be in a situation you could use deadly force on a journalist. That would be stupid because there might be a need that a journalist was the threat.
because cameras are scary, right?
If you walked in here with a weapon and you pointed a gun at me, you would be a threat, and I would probably shoot you. Because at that point, you'd be
With a
threat.
weapon in my hand. But
If in your hand, on your hip,
On
closer
my-
than your hip, then you would.
right.
Because law enforcement went through that when Texas got the right to carry weapons. Because law enforcement went through that when Texas got the right to carry weapons, when we had a lot of people and a lot of agencies had to make policies. What are you going to do when you stop somebody on traffic and they're armed and they have a weapon and a holster on their side?
Well, this is America. They should be armed.
Well, if they chose to be, it's choice.
Yeah.
It's freedom of choice in America. So
Right.
if a person chose to be armed, the Desoto Police Department, that person's not a threat just because they are armed. Mm-hmm. Okay, a lot
And
of
they're
people.
definitely not a threat if they're armed with a camera following a police officer around a parking lot.
Depends on what that person's doing. Okay.
Following
Okay.
with a camera?
Huh?
Following. See, if a camera is a
Depends on what
threat,
that person's done.
If-
It depends what that person's done.
Like if they filmed police a
every
lot before?
situation, every situation is different. You cannot say just because you pose no threat to me because you're holding a camera. I cannot say that the next person that holds a camera toward an officer would be a threat or wouldn't be a threat.
Okay, so-
every situation is different.
so
right?
this journalist might end up being considered a threat because he's filmed police before and maybe caught them doing stuff they shouldn't do.
I wouldn't know about that situation.
Okay.
It depends on what the individual does. It
How
depends
long
on the
have
individual.
you been the assistant chief here?
Since 2013.
Since
I've been a
2013?
police officer in DeSoto since 1983.
Okay. All right. Well, I'll go ahead and
So-
leave the policy change with you then.
Well, that's
And then,
that's what you would like for us to have a policy.
So
But it's lacking information.
So you've been served the new policy.
Well, that legally means nothing.
I
I mean,
know.
it might be to you that you put out on wherever you'd like to put your video at, but it really means nothing. It's not legally and it's not binding. And if
But if I create a magical corporation, I can make it legally binding.
It's not
I got a
legally-
buddy.
it's not
On,
legally
I got a
binding.
buddy on the internet,
it's not
Merb,
legal,
who
it's
can.
not legally binding for us.
Well, I got a buddy on the internet named Merb, and
So-
he can make magical corporations to make it legally binding.
Yeah,
Anything I
magical
say.
combination, so
Yeah.
I mean, really, it just, and I'm not telling you, there's not some police departments, some officers that shouldn't do things the way they do them. And law enforcement change, as society changes, as situations change, the way law enforcement does business changes. And then if one officer makes a mistake, the public or you shouldn't expect that all officers make mistakes or they do treat citizens the
No,
same
yeah,
way.
that's why I'm saying, even though one officer made a mistake, we just want to make sure that all the other officers know not to pull guns on cameramen.
So all the officers have been killed recently in ambush or shot and killed, so then we should assume that every citizen's armed and dangerous. By what you're saying in your policy, your proposed policy, is what you're saying. So we should think that all of our encounters that everybody's armed and dangerous. That's ludicrous. That's stupid. Because only a small portion of the public is a threat to the police officer like that.
Okay, and I'm just,
You know-
I don't know, you're kind of off on a tangent. I don't even understand what you're talking about.
Well, you're on
You're
a
saying-
tangent. You're
you're-
on some stupid tangent right here with your
Well, no, we
proposed
saw-
policy on a notepad.
Well, we saw one of your officers pull a gun on a journalist.
You've
so
seen a few. How many seconds of video did you see?
It doesn't matter. It's,
Oh, yeah, it does.
yeah,
Yeah, it does. Yes,
enough.
it does.
Enough.
If you believe what you see on video is telling the whole story, when you watch a 6-second video that's been posted on the internet tells the whole story, then that's not very intelligent.
Did you guys have
Then
more?
you're not very intelligent.
Did you have more to the story?
If you gather videos of any type of incident
Uh-huh.
that has multiple views, you're going to see multiple views, multiple angles, and have different opinions of what happened if you see all the videos.
Was that officer fired?
Huh?
Was that officer
I don't know
fired?
which officer you're talking about. So
You don't know?
I don't know which officer you're talking about.
The officer that pulled a gun on a journalist in a
I don't know what
parking
you're
lot?
talking about.
You don't know what I'm talking
I don't know
about?
what you're talking about.
Okay.
Don't know what journalist you're talking about.
Playing games like that? That's fine.
You play games. You're sitting there saying, if you want to open record question, you can go there and ask for information on something that happened. But, you know, that's what you're up there doing, playing a game. But you got a right to be up
Oh,
here.
no, it's not a game.
You
We're
got,
tired.
You got
we're-
a right to be up here, but that's fine.
It's not a
with me,
game.
too.
We're actually really tired of police pulling guns on people. We're tired of police shooting people in the back.
We're tired of officers getting shot, too. in
Okay.
English.
Well, you know
Okay?
what? When you guys
So-
took the job, you understood that it was dangerous. If you're
No,
too scared,
I didn't take an oath.
listen. You keep
I didn't take
interrupting
an
me.
oath. My
You
family
keep
expect me-
interrupting
My
me.
family expect me to go home all the time.
Then
just like
don't
your
come to
family does.
work.
My family-
Find a job you can do where you're not scared
It's
to
like
death
the
and you're
military.
killing people all the
People
time.
take dangerous jobs all the time.
You're
Window
not-
cleaners that climb 60-story buildings cleaning windows, they know it's a dangerous job.
You
but they
keep
do
you
it.
keep doing this, and I need you to do this so that. See,
Well,
you keep
well,
interrupting me.
Well, I want to say what I want to say. If
Yeah.
you put it out on the internet, they hear it. They don't know to hear your view. They need to hear my view too.
You know, that's-
my view is just as important to you because
Oh, yeah, they'll love-
I'm a citizen just like you are. I just chose to do something about my job instead of go around and create problems.
Oh, okay. So
Okay.
going around shooting people in the back is not creating problems.
I've
Going
never
around
shot
pulling
nobody.
guns
I've never
on
shot
journalists
anybody
is
in
not
the
a
back.
problem.
So now you're trying to slander me. I never shot anybody in the back.
Well, your game
I never
did look.
shot anybody.
You look exactly like the guy who did.
Oh, okay. Well,
You're
you kinda-
dressed in the
you
same
kinda look
gang
like
colors.
a terrorist I seen on the TV here a while back. So that means you're a terrorist.
You're in
right?
the same gang
You
colors.
look just like a terrorist.
You're
I
wearing
seen-
gang colors.
You look just like a terrorist I seen here a while back.
Oh, do I?
Oh, you look
Who
like
was
you
that
belong to
terrorist?
Taliban with that beard like that. So that means you must be a terrorist and you belong to Taliban, right? That's what you're saying, right? That's ludicrous. That's stupid. You based everybody on the individual situation and their actions and what they do.
You realize though that you're wearing the same outfit that the terrorists do,
Yes,
right?
and I'm proud to wear this uniform because we serve a purpose. We protect people that can't protect themselves.
ISIS thinks the same thing.
So,
Look at that blue line, blue ISIS line.
yeah, that's cause the Dallas officer got run over by a drunk.
Oh yeah.
But I guess,
And I bet that his life was far more valuable than all the other people who got hit by
everybody's
drunk
life
drivers.
is valuable. Every
Well,
person in this earth's valuable.
I think so, but I don't see that coming from you
I can't
guys.
say I can't speak for everybody. I can speak for me. I think everybody's life is valuable.
Okay, then stop pulling guns on journalists then.
I've never pulled a gun on a journalist.
Okay, then tell your officers to
I never
stop
pulled a
doing
gun
it.
on journalists.
Then tell your officers to stop
We
doing
have
it.
a use of force policy when they can use deadly force and when they can't.
All right.
And
well,
that dictates when they're used force and when they pull their weapons. So,
well,
and that includes if they feel threatened that they can use deadly force. So I'm
you
just
think
telling
that police jobs are dangerous, but you guys keep doing things like that that make them even more dangerous.
Well, then there's times that you have to pull a weapon when somebody's a threat to you.
When they're video recording
So
you doing
if you
things you
thought
shouldn't
somebody
do.
was a threat to you, didn't you say you'd protect your family?
Yeah, the camera's not a
So
threat.
what
though.
gives you the right to
camera's
protect?
not a threat.
No, if somebody broke into your home, didn't you tell me a minute ago?
Nobody
you'd take
broke
care
into
of
his home.
If somebody
They were
broke
videotaping
if
him in
somebody
public.
broke into your home, would
That's
you not
apples
use
to
it?
oranges.
I'm
It's
asking you a
irrelevant.
question. If somebody broke into your home, would you not pull your weapon out and use something to stop the threat?
Well,
Would you? No, answer my question.
Yeah, I would.
Okay.
Definitely.
Okay. Oh, so you're.
I have.
Okay, you have. Okay.
Yeah.
So that's justified.
But a camera's not a
If you're
threat.
threatening, you're justified. Okay, well that's it. End of conversation. We've had it today.
Good.
I come out and entertained you today, and so.
Yeah, it wasn't that entertaining. I really expected you to be receptive of the new
I ain't
policy.
upset. I come up here and greeted you nice. I'm still not angry at you. I know you've got a job to do. You want to film. You're trying to get your point across. I understand that, but we don't set policy in the lobby by a paper. That'd be stupid.
Okay, well, it's the new policy. I'm just letting you know.
No, that may be your policy.
Okay, that's the people's policy.
That's all right. Well, have a good day.
Hey, have a good one. Perkins?
Don't pull a gun on nobody now because
Yeah, no, I'm not wearing
I'll do that.
I'm not wearing the blue ISIS
Don't
uniform.
make no mistakes now. If you think they got a gun and they're pulling out a toy gun on you, you shoot them now. Don't make no mistakes.
Yeah.
Can that make you a bad guy?
Yeah. Have a good one.